Okay, hey everyone, I'm here for another session of Activity Spotlight with you, and today I want to introduce to you a really fun visual and physical way of teaching your children to follow their breath. So if you've been to my sessions, I might have introduced this to you before. It's called a breathing sphere. Actually, its correct name is Hobart sphere. That's written in the article below. You can find it on Taobao. And you know, children, especially very young children, it's really hard for them to actually follow their breath without anything physical to look at to follow. And this is just a really nice thing they can hold, or even use a ball shape in their hands to have some way to follow their breath. It works best when I show you. So once you've taught your children about where is the breath in the body and what it means to follow the breath, we can then introduce a visual aid. So when we breathe in, we can breathe in with the ball. And breathing out. Now, it's really important that you actually show your children how to do this. Don't just give it to them and say, well, you can use this to breathe, because I've had plenty of children get this wrong in the beginning, which can be quite funny because they all do this, which of course is not the desired effect that you actually want your children to do. So it's important that they don't hyperventilate when they're practicing their breathing exercise. So make sure you do it nice and slowly with them, taking it in turns or having one each, breathing in together and breathing out. And remember, when you're practicing this with any child, some of them will get it right straight away. Some of them might mess around with it a little bit. That's okay, just be patient with them and encourage them to follow with you or with the group. If you're doing this with a class or with a small group of children, you can sit in a circle and pass it around one by one. So you start. And maybe everybody gets 2 goes or 3 goes around the circle so that it doesn't take forever. And another way to include everybody is that if you don't have one each, is just to use your hands. So even if you don't buy this thing from Taobao, especially if your children are a bit older and maybe they don't need this much stimulation, you can just use your hands, which is a really great way to tune into the senses in your palms as well. So just making a ball shape with your hands and breathing in and breathing out. And that way everybody in your circle can follow the breathing exercise together. And when you have your hands, you can also play around with it more as well, taking a really deep breath, making it bigger and smaller. Once children get comfortable with this activity as well, you can invite them to close their eyes when they're doing it. In fact, right from the beginning, we invite children to, sit up straight, keep a straight spine. And if they're comfortable, this is easier with older children. See if they can even do the activity with their eyes closed. So yeah, it's this beautiful, colourful object is a really great, engaging way to interest your children in it. Right away, they're going to think it's a toy, but as I said, it's important that you actually share with them. In this case, for this activity, it's not a toy and that we need to treat it with respect. And it can be used any times in the classroom when they're coming in from break or lunchtime and they're all riled up and crazy. It's a really great way to get them to settle down and focus into their learning. I would advise you to use it, in the classroom or as a parent routinely, not just because they need to calm down, but as a routine daily way to just practice following the breath, to notice our feeling. And on that note, when you finish the activity, ask them, how do they feel? They might feel tired. Quite often they start yawning. They might say, oh, I'm actually hungry. That's because when we slow down, we actually stop and notice, how am I feeling? And this just helps us to take care of ourselves that bit better as well. So I hope that's helpful. I will put a link in the article of where you can actually find this on Taobao. And yeah, good luck. I hope you enjoy it. Have fun, guys. See you.